Hey, everybody, how are you today? It's another edition of Wednesday with Weezy, and I hope you are doing great. Thank you so much for joining me here live almost each and every Wednesday. Um, so I'm just going to go ahead and hop right into things. We're going to do a little recap of projects that we have worked on. Sorry, adjustment time. I'm going to do a little recap of projects that we have worked on over the summer and show you results that I had. And sorry, distraction, dog. Um, so if you're new here or you're joining me, please say hi. Let me know that you're here in the comment section. And if you watch it live or you watch it afterwards, please share and like these broadcast because it helps me. And I'm here for you. If you can do this for me to help me grow this channel, I would so appreciate that. So, moving on with today, we are, like I said, we're going to do a recap. So I have done several projects with you guys this summer, and they may they've been, around the house kind of things. But everyone that I have done is very doable for all of you. Um, and you have been through the journey with me with Miss Eleanor, who just snuck upstairs and is getting in the trash. I'll be right back. Get out of here. Sorry. Trash dog. Oh, bad dog. Uh, so, like I said, go ahead, say hi to Ellie. But I'm going to start off with Ellie update. Um, Ellie, if you didn't know, she started off with one leg being kind of weaker with tendonitis, and it unfortunately moved to both back legs. We have done what we can for her without spending. we we spent the bucks. We had her analyzed, and we're doing to what we can to keep her comfortable without breaking the bank, because the things that they were going to say were going to break the bank, but we can keep her comfortable. She's not supposed to come upstairs, but I had the gate across, but she made it across anyway. So she's up here today, and let's see who else is joining me in the house. If you look under the chair, see that black blob, there's Mr. Colt. um And Izzy is hiding. There's Miss Yowie. Here comes Miss Yowie. There she is. She's going, Miss Yowie, why you have these things on the floor? So she's checking things out. So that's me, and we're in the dog. So we got the dog pound with us today too. If you've never heard me before, I refer to my dogs as the dog pound because I have four. But Miss Ellie used to be the name of my company, Ellie Video Productions. The reason she got the name of the company is because my initials are LE, Louise Elizabeth. So, and you're going, how did you get Weezy? Well, Weezy is a nickname of Louise. So, anyways, that is enough about that. Ellie's going to be fine. We'll keep her comfortable. And she just snuck in the bathroom again. So have at it, dog. um, but like I said, I've done other projects. You've been following me on our bathroom redo, so a little update on that. We're not making a lot of progress real fast, but we have gotten some things done. We've made some choices of paint color and flooring. Um, and you can see those if you hop over to Instagram. They're over on Instagram and a little bit on Facebook on the Weezy channels. Um, So, uh, anyway, the bathroom update, I do later on when I'm going through some other hacks, I'm going to show you a paintbrush hack. Let's see, we did flowers and flower pots and glow in the dark flower pots. We did that right around 4th of July. And then I also talked about going to the clearance rack of the in your local nursery or box store and finding flowers at a discount. And I bought plenty. And I will tell you, there's still plenty of those flowers left there. And if you're in a warmer state, you know that you can keep these plants alive until the first frost. Well, many of us don't get a first frost until Thanksgiving sometimes. It's not unusual for us not to get cold enough for the flowers to die away. And like if you're in Florida or Arizona or something like that, you might be able to keep them alive for a very long time till Christmas time. So, I mean, so if you think about it, it's only August now. That's like four more months. 4 more months you could have pretty flowers sitting around your deck, or if you have a pool or porch or something like that, patio. Go pick them up for 2, 3. They may be as much as $5, but still, to have that and to have that pop of color, it's a good idea. So, so we talked about that this summer. We talked about things that to save time if you're organizing and cleaning in the things to do when it's really hot outside. Um, and one of the things I was talking about is, you might get into the closets or the garage or something like that and reorganize. And some of that stuff might be like really dirty and you don't feel like washing all of it and waiting for it to dry, that you could put it in the dishwasher. Well, I talked about it, but I didn't really have any examples of things that I had done. I have a few examples today of things that I washed in the dishwasher. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and dig in. So, I'm going to start with the bathroom update. Bathroom update, we got we have picked the paint color, we have picked new accessories, and we have picked the flooring. So all major things have been picked out. The only thing purchased so far, though, is the paint color. And Barry started cutting in just 2 nights ago, and he only worked on it that night. But the ceilings are painted. Um, any spackling mirrors are all taken down. So all of that stuff is done, and we have made our choices for accessories. And I am going to try a little experiment, which I will film this. But I don't, I, I'm not going to replace everything, but I'm going to change the color and I'm going to see if I can get it to work with spray paint. So there you go. But I will work on that this weekend because I have found I like it when I have Barry to help me. Another set of hands when I'm uh, videotaping is very helpful. Let's see. So with the bathroom, the one thing with Barry working is if you didn't know, I used to go in people's houses and paint. I painted faux finishes and murals. Well, this little hook, and I would be way up on a ladder. I would have this hook attached to my ladder, and it held my buckets of paint or glaze that I would use, or it would hold an extra. As you can see, it's holding the paintbrush. Let me move back a little bit. But see, it's holding the paintbrush here. This right here is a towel ring, the thing where your hand towel is. Um, Tips when you're painting: buy the expensive paintbrush. This paintbrush is 15 years old, and we use it on many of our projects. As you can see, it's well used. But how have we kept this paintbrush good for 15 years? Well, we take care of it. We wash it out well and everything, and we make sure, these are my tips, don't ever get paint past this. Keep your paint down here into your bristles. Keep it washed so that you always keep a fairly good, this doesn't have quite as sharp as edge as it used to, but keep a sharp edge across your paintbrush. But you're going, okay, so what else? So when you wash it, you never want to store your brushes up like this. You can store them like this, but this is perfect. Take, if you have some sort of hook, hang it onto your loop here, and then hang your paintbrush down. It hangs so all the water stays away from this ferrule. So because what happens if it gets up here in the ferrule is everything expands. The water will expand up here in this and ruin your brush and make it fat, and it won't work as well. And you won't have a paintbrush, a $13 paintbrush, for 15 years. This was $13 back then. I don't know what they cost now because we have kept our paintbrush. I also keep the cardboard that it comes into with the sleeve and keep it wrapped in that when we're not using it, to keep it away from the elements. So there is your update on a little tip on the paintbrush and when you're working in projects. Next, dishwasher clean. Dishwasher clean, I can't remember when we did it, but I think it was in July. But I have a few things that I tested this last week. Ellie's little cute dog dish, stainless steel, goes very easily washed whenever you need to. Now this can go in with your regular dishes, because it's just dog germs, and we all have germs, and so it sterilizes your dog dish. But easy peasy, just throw it in, particularly when the dishwasher is like almost full and you just need to put a couple more things to make it a full load. Just go ahead, shove the dog dishes in there. Okay, now this is a bar soap holder. I keep this in my shower so that my bars of soap don't slide all around, because I have the little indent into the wall, and the soap slides out. So if you keep one of these inside there, it keeps the soap from sliding out, and it keeps it up off that little groove thing built into the wall. So it makes it a little bit cleaner in there, so you don't have to mess with the slimy sudsy soap getting all over your enclosure. So this helps. But what happens is when your soap is full of suds or whatever, if you don't rinse it off good, the residue soap gets down here into these knobbies, and it builds a buildup. Once again, put it in your dishwasher. Just put it in with yourself in the silverware tray. Put this in there, and it cleans it all out. So, do you see any soap in there? No, you do not. Okay, this was the grossest one. And this, I would not suggest that you deal with your dishes. This one definitely get a bunch of dirty things. And we were talking about, like, you could take old hats that need, grimy hats that needed to be washed, the dog food dishes, uh, vases, different things like that can go in the dishwasher to be sterilized. If you're canning, you can put all your canning supplies, your cans and your lids, into the dishwasher to sterilize them before you can. But I would do those alone or with dishes. But really dirty things, put separately. So like the hats and different things. And I talked about my dustpan. My dustpan was really, really gross. Okay, so this has gone through the dishwasher. So, the dishwasher, it's just pressure washing. So it didn't come out perfect, but it looks a lot better because this thing was almost brown and black with built up dirt over the years. It's been years since I had washed it. So at least it looks better. You can tell it's old because it's all chipped and everything, but you know, it still works. So why replace it? And you probably don't get one this strong anymore. They're probably a lot flimsier than this now. So this was the dustpan um, going through the dishwasher. So that's the results of that. Moving on, let's see. The next thing is okay. So we're going to finish up with the plants. I did not drag any pots up here that I did the glow in the dark paint in. Now the glow in the dark paint does work, but the way my plants are set up, it doesn't work for me on my deck. But I did test it out, and if it gets enough sunlight and it gets enough light on it, and then you turn off the lights at night, they will glow. They will glow. It just didn't work on my deck because we have decking lights, and so by the time it got dark, that pot wasn't exposed to enough light long enough because they weren't near the light. If they had been underneath the light bulbs, it would have been okay. And when you turned them off, the pots would glow. But I don't have them set up like that. So I have no glowing pots on my deck. Um, but it was a fun experience. And I got to buy some cool plants. So this was one of the plants that I bought on the discount rack. And I also told you about trimming back the plants. So I cut this back pretty severely, and I did a demo on this. You can go back on my Weezy Facebook page and find it. Uh, but I trimmed this back pretty severely, and this is what's come back for the rest of my season. And I will probably trim this again and to get these out uh, and in season again. So anyway, I think that for $5, this is really pretty. This is still the original pot in which I put it in. They'd probably do even better if I replanted them in something and gave them some fresh soil. But these hang off of my deck real easy the way they are. So anyway, that is all I have for today. Uh, I'm going to come back next week. I'm hoping to have just slightly different little setup so that I can do a little screen sharing. But I need to get myself together in order to do that and practice. And it's just we're in the learning season. We're in the learning season. We're into back to school, and we're just in the learning season. And I have been learning. I've been learning a lot. I have some really great opportunities coming up. I've been doing some interviews to bring to you guys later that I think you'll find really interesting. So Weezy's been busy, but not as busy as she was. I will say I took this last weekend off and did not work at all. And I enjoyed it. And I caught up on Heartland. I hadn't watched seasons 14 and 15. And so I did that. Had a lot of boo-hoos because if you're a Heartland fan and you've watched, you know what I boo-hooed about, but I won't be a spoiler. If you've never watched Heartland and you just like a good family kind of wholesome show that has beautiful, beautiful scenery because they're in the Canadian Rockies. It's a good show, and if you like horses, um, it's just a good show. It just kind of takes you away for a little bit, and each episode is like 40 minutes. So starting the middle of last week, I binge watched 2 seasons, 20 shows. Sunday, I did nothing but watch that. I watched all 10 episodes of season 15 on Sunday, and I enjoyed it. So, anyway, rest when you need to rest. Take a break when you need to take a break. But if you're looking for a little bit of something to do to kind of occupy you, if you're a little bit bored, go ahead, try some of these hacks. Go to the big box store. Go ahead, walk around the big box store and just look and gaze, maybe pick up a few things, but use it as exercise, use it as an outing. We need to get out and about to keep ourselves headstrong, headstrong, keep our minds motivating, and you know, working in the dirt with the plants, getting our fingers dirty and everything. It's very good for the neurons in your brain. It's very good. Lifts your dopamine, makes you feel worthwhile. So, who doesn't want all of that stuff? So, until next time, everybody, we will be back next Wednesday live here on YouTube. Bye.